The world's largest battery company, Contemporary Amperex Technology Co. Limited, CATL, has just unveiled what could arguably be the most revolutionary battery technology in recent memory. If you take the time to fully understand what they've accomplished, it's difficult to overstate just how transformative this breakthrough may prove to be. Their latest innovation, a new sodium-ion battery, is set to shake the very foundations of the electric vehicle, EV, in energy storage industries. If you walk away unconvinced after learning the details, it would be genuinely astonishing. There are 5 core reasons why these new batteries stand out as truly game-changing, and some of the capabilities they boast are so incredible, they feel like something out of science fiction. We're witnessing a moment in technological development that very few could have anticipated. While sodium-ion batteries have been in the discussion for a while, few predicted that they could reach the level of performance that CATL has now achieved. The battery's expected lifespan alone, a staggering 4.8 million kilometers, is enough to raise eyebrows across the industry. Before diving deeper into the implications, it's worth acknowledging CATL's previous impressive milestone, the Shengsing Plus battery, which garnered attention for its unbelievable charging speed. That battery could provide a vehicle with 530 kilometers of range after just a 5-minute charge. But despite that performance, it was largely targeted at higher-end vehicles, meaning the broader impact might be somewhat limited. The new sodium-ion battery, however, is a very different story. This time, we're looking at a battery that could realistically be used in mainstream EVs, potentially transforming transportation globally. Sodium-ion batteries have always had a major appeal. They eliminate the need for lithium, making them cheaper to produce and less reliant on rare materials. A few years ago, CATL announced their intention to reduce battery production costs by 30% compared to lithium iron phosphate LFP batteries by switching to sodium-based chemistries. That announcement caught the attention of the industry, sparking debates about whether sodium could eventually challenge lithium's dominance. However, the conversation cooled somewhat when the price of lithium fell significantly. Suddenly, the cost advantage of sodium-ion batteries was not as compelling, especially considering their inferior energy density. At that time, the best sodium-ion batteries offered around 140 watt-hours per kilogram, a figure that simply didn't hold up next to modern LFP batteries that reached energy densities of 200 watt-hours per kilogram or more. The gap in performance was too wide for sodium-ion to become a practical solution for EVs, even if the cost was lower. Nevertheless, experts such as Tony Seba continued to speculate about a future where affordable EVs could be sold for as little as $5,000 due to ultra-cheap sodium battery tech. But for the most part, this remains speculation until now. Today, all of that has changed in dramatic fashion. The new sodium-ion battery from CATL offers an energy density of 175 watt-hours per kilogram. That may not seem like a massive leap at first glance, but it's an extraordinary improvement when put into context. It's higher than the energy density of BYD's widely used Blade battery, which powers vehicles like the Tesla Model Y in China, and has long been considered a benchmark in LFP technology. The Blade battery sits at around 160 watt-hours per kilogram, meaning CATL's new sodium battery has now surpassed it, without the need for lithium. This isn't just an incremental improvement, it's a pivotal moment. By increasing the energy density from the previous sodium standard of 140 to 175, CATL has effectively positioned sodium-ion batteries as a true competitor to lithium-ion cells. And because the sodium-based version can be manufactured at a lower cost, this could very well signal the beginning of lithium's decline in the battery market. What makes this development even more exciting is that these batteries are not just theoretical. They are in production and available now. CATL has stated that customers can place orders for these batteries immediately, whether for electric vehicles or home energy storage systems. They estimate that EVs equipped with these new batteries will be capable of traveling approximately 500 kilometers on a single charge. While CATL seems to be playing it conservatively with that estimate, it still marks a significant milestone. To offer a practical comparison, consider the XPeng G6, a long-range EV that uses an 87 kilowatt-hour battery pack. If the battery's energy density were reduced from its current approximate 220 watt-hours per kilogram down to 175, it could still achieve roughly 500 kilometers of driving range. And that's without increasing the battery size. In fact, if manufacturers choose to install larger battery packs, the range could extend well beyond this figure. This proves that sodium-ion batteries are not only viable, they're ready to challenge lithium-ion cells in real-world applications. But energy density and cost aren't the only areas where CATL's sodium-ion batteries shine. One of the most remarkable features is their charging speed. With a 5C charge rate, these batteries can potentially accept charging power of up to 500 kilowatts. This puts them on par with some of the fastest charging lithium technologies currently available, allowing for ultra-rapid top-ups that further enhance their appeal for EV drivers. Another critical aspect is battery lifespan. CATL claims these sodium-ion batteries can endure 10,000 charge cycles. If each cycle provides roughly 480 kilometers of range, that adds up to an unbelievable 4.8 million kilometers, or nearly 3 million miles, over the battery's lifetime. That sort of durability is simply unheard of in the battery world. For reference, the most advanced lithium iron phosphate batteries are thought to potentially last up to 1.5 to 2 million kilometers, though long-term real-world data is still limited. Even by theoretical standards, KTL's sodium-ion cells outperform lithium-based alternatives in longevity, making them an even more compelling option. It's also important to consider safety, an area where sodium-ion chemistry appears to significantly outperform its lithium counterparts. CATL has conducted a series of extreme abuse tests on their new batteries, including multi-angle compression, nail penetration, electric drill testing, and even sawing into the cells. In each case, the sodium batteries showed remarkable resilience. No fires, no explosions. This is not something you typically see with lithium-based cells, which can be far more volatile when physically damaged. Thermal stability and performance in extreme temperatures is another domain where these batteries shine. Cold weather is notoriously problematic for lithium batteries, with significant drops in efficiency and range often reported during winter months. CATL's sodium-ion batteries, however, have demonstrated outstanding performance even in freezing conditions. At minus 30 degrees Celsius, the battery was able to charge from 30% to 80% in just 30 minutes and retained 93% of its usable capacity. Even more astonishing, the company claims that their EVs can maintain highway speeds with the battery at 0% state of charge, an achievement previously considered impossible with conventional lithium technology. The implications of this are enormous. Imagine a vehicle that not only charges faster and costs less, but also delivers better performance in winter and lasts for millions of kilometers. It represents a fundamental shift in what we expect from battery technology. The fact that CATL is already offering these batteries for commercial use marks the end of speculation and the beginning of a new era in energy storage. As news of this innovation spread, KTL's stock surged. The company's market capitalization has now surpassed 1 trillion yuan, roughly 137 billion US dollars. And despite this massive valuation, some analysts believe the stock is still undervalued, considering the disruptive potential of these new batteries. If given the opportunity, many would likely invest in the company, anticipating massive growth driven by its groundbreaking technology. In retrospect, the journey of sodium-ion batteries has been a tale of potential finally realized. For years, the promise of low-cost, abundant materials was hampered by lackluster performance. But now, with energy densities rivaling LFP, unmatched cold weather capabilities, extreme durability, and remarkable safety, sodium batteries are not only competitive, they are superior in many critical areas. Looking ahead, this breakthrough may usher in a new chapter in the global transition to clean energy. With affordable, long-lasting, safe, and fast-charging battery solutions, the barriers to mass EV adoption and large-scale energy storage are falling. We are entering a period of rapid innovation and transformation, and CATL's latest announcement is a powerful reminder of just how fast this future is arriving. In summary, the sodium-ion battery that CATL has developed is not merely an incremental improvement. It's a technological leap that redefines the industry standard, with massive implications for cost, performance, safety, and longevity. It may well mark the most important advancement in battery technology we've seen in years. The pace of innovation is accelerating, and what was once seen as a distant possibility is now today's reality.